What if the Jesus you were taught about in Sunday school was a cover-up? What if the real Jesus was a radical vegetarian, a desert-dwelling mystic who preached raw food and belonged to a secret sect called the Essenes? This is the narrative being sold by spiritual influencer Aaron Abke to millions of followers. He calls it the hidden history of the Christ. But according to a bombshell report from GuruMag, this Essene Jesus isn't a historical discovery. It is a massive hoax built on forged gospels, doctored quotes, and a 100-year-old pious fraud. To understand the hoax, we have to look at the claim. Abke argues that Jesus was an Essene, a strictly ascetic Jewish sect of the first century. In Abke's version, the church scrubbed the true vegetarian teachings of Jesus to make the religion more palatable to the Roman Empire. Abke uses this narrative to promote the Jesus diet, a plant-based lifestyle he claims is the optimal human protocol. He tells his followers, "There's no question Jesus was an Essene. It's almost hilarious how much proof there is." But historians and scholars say the exact opposite. While the Essenes were a real group, there is zero evidence in the historical record that Jesus belonged to them. In fact, Jesus' lifestyle, eating with sinners and drinking wine, was the total opposite of the ritualistically obsessed, isolationist Essenes. So, where does Abke get his proof? Most of it comes from a book called the Essene Gospel of Peace. It was published in the 1930s by a Hungarian writer named Edmund Bordeaux Szekely. Szekely claimed he found ancient Aramaic manuscripts in the secret archives of the Vatican. This gospel has Jesus sounding like a modern naturopath. It tells people to avoid the flesh of slain beasts and use the gourd of the vine for internal cleansing. There's just one problem. The manuscripts don't exist. Szekely never produced them, and the Vatican has no record of them. Scholars have long dismissed the book as a total forgery, a pious fraud created to promote Szekely's own health retreats in the 1930s. Yet, a century later, Abke is presenting it to his audience as a 2,000-year-old hidden truth. The controversy deepened when Abke shared a quote supposedly from the 4th century historian Eusebius. This quote conveniently has Jesus rejecting circumcision and the laws of Moses, key pillars of Abke's theory. When GuruMag investigated, they found that this quote was a fabrication. No version of Eusebius's proof of the gospel contains these lines. When confronted, Abke's excuse was startling. He claimed he asked ChatGPT to find a quote, and the AI re-rendered the text. But the AI mistake just happened to include the exact theological points Abke needed to validate his brand. Even more damning, GuruMag caught Abke in a double standard. He told scholars he isn't saying Jesus was definitely an Essene, while telling his paying followers there is no question about it. Why does this matter? Because it isn't just a debate about history, it's a business. Abke uses this revealed Jesus to sell high-priced courses, supplements, and memberships. By claiming he has the secret key to the Bible, he creates a high barrier to entry spiritual path where he is the ultimate authority. It's a classic tactic in the wellness to cult pipeline. Invalidate mainstream history, present a hidden alternative, and then sell the solution. The vegetarian Essene Jesus is a compelling story for the New Age era. It aligns with modern values of animal rights and conscious eating. But as the investigation reveals, it is a story built on sand. When we replace historical evidence with AI-generated hallucinations and forged gospels, we lose the ability to see the past for what it really was. True spirituality doesn't need fake quotes to survive. Critical thinking is the highest vibration. Next time you hear a hidden truth that sounds a little too convenient for someone's sales pitch, remember the Essene Jesus. Sometimes, the biggest mystery isn't the history itself. It's why we're so willing to believe the hoax.